A few items to note for the 2021 Public Works budget. Staffing. Public Works is not proposing any new or additional staff members for 2021. We are focused on filling an open position which was open for most of 2020, and that is our Engineering Tech 4 surveyor position. Another focus for 2021 is because of the age of our department, both in age but in years of service, we're really focused on training for 2021. Our budget target was 3% allowable increase from 2020, and that includes a 3.0% cost of living adjustment for 2021. Public Works is also a little bit unique in that we are 14 departments. We're a larger department. In addition to that, we are funded by both the general fund and by enterprise funds, and I'll be talking about those separately. The following 6 departments are funded through the city's general fund: engineering, streets, street lighting, traffic signs and signals, parks, and urban forestry. From a budgetary perspective, these funds are considered together for a budget impact from one year to the other. For the percent change from 2020 to 2021 is 2.91% proposed. A couple of notes on departments funded by the general fund. Within our streets department, we are seeing some significant price increases for materials. This is largely de-icing salt for 2021. Within our urban forestry department, we do anticipate seeing more of an impact from emerald ash borer, or EAB, on the private side trees. Another thing on urban forestry is that we are anticipating, with the success of the gravel bed for trees, we are anticipating a tree sale in 2021 to the general public. Public Works has 6 departments that are supported by enterprise funds. These are funds that are set up separately to fund the operation of each one of these departments. For example, we have 4 utility funds: water, sanitary sewer, storm sewer, and refuse, that collect utility rates that then fund the department. We have 2 other internal enterprise funds: our central garage and building maintenance, that charge departments that use them. In our water department, we have 2 sub-departments. The first of these is source of supply, or where Columbia Heights purchases its water from, Minneapolis. And the second is our distribution, or our operations, for staff that maintains and repairs the water distribution system. For 2021, we are anticipating a 2.73% increase. Our sanitary sewer fund also has 2 sub-departments. The first of these is utility collections, or our operations, and the second of these is disposal, or where we pay for the treatment for our sewage from the city. Collectively, we're looking at a 4.93% increase. The largest part of that, though, is for the rates that we pay. We're looking at about a 6% increase from MCES. Our refuse department is really comprised of 4 sub-departments. The first of these being refuse disposal, and that is really just the contracted service or waste management costs that we have for both refuse, recycling, and yard waste. The next 3 are really our operations to run the department. In 2021, we are looking at a 2.07% increase. Our stormwater fund is looking at a 7.29% increase for 2021. If you think of stormwater, oftentimes we're looking at the catch basins, the piping to convey surface water runoff, those type of things. But it also includes several other items, which have, or include, I should say, the ponds that we have here in town, and really lakes, stormwater treatment devices that most of the new developments are putting in, and then responding to and providing information to the state regarding our permit that we have for MPDES operations. The largest part of this increase is for increased activity for cleaning and televising in 2021. Our central garage takes care of all of the maintenance and repairs for over 300 pieces of equipment and vehicles throughout the city. We're looking at less than a 1% increase in 2021. Our building maintenance department takes care of all of our city facilities, including park buildings. In 2021, we're anticipating just over a 4% increase, with entirely the largest part of that increase due to building management software. Currently, that's a paper-operated system. The last two operational departments for Public Works are funded from other sources, largely through state aid from MnDOT. The first of these is our state aid maintenance department, which addresses the maintenance needs for about 20% of the city's local streets. I should note for this that due to COVID-19, we're anticipating about a 15% decrease in our revenue only for 2021. Our infrastructure improvement department funds the city's share of our street rehabilitation program, and this can vary from year to year. In addition to the 14 departments that make up Public Works Operating Fund, Public Works also has capital equipment and capital improvements. Capital equipment is funded through an established capital equipment replacement fund, and this provides for the life cycle replacement of both vehicles and equipment. Capital improvements include rehabilitation, replacement, or reconstruction of city-owned and operated infrastructure, including streets, alleys, water mains, sanitary sewers, storm sewer, and facilities that include parks and public buildings. Funding comes from multiple sources and may include assessments, MnDOT state aid, utility funds, coordinating through grant or cost sharing through the watershed, obtaining federal or state grants for eligible projects, DNR grants, or other city sources. Public Works is proposing the replacement of 4 capital equipment items, along with a attachment for a piece acquired in 2020. The first of these is the replacement of a van, which is used in our engineering department for surveying. The old van would then be transferred to liquor operations to replace their van, which is in such poor condition. The next piece of equipment for Public Works is a wheeled skid steer with attachments. The funding for this would be divided evenly through the 5 departments that would primarily use the skid steer. The next piece of equipment proposed for replacement is replacing a supervisor vehicle with a 4x4 Ford Explorer. And this would follow the same type of vehicle that has been replaced for the other supervisors in the department. The last piece of equipment shown is the replacement of our jetter rig used in our utility department. The primary use of this is to clean sanitary sewer lines and, in addition to that, cleaning our storm sewer lines. The estimated cost shown at $275,000 does not include either the trade-in or sale of the existing unit. The last piece of equipment proposed for 2021 Public Works is a articulating plow, which would be attached to the new front-end loader acquired in 2020. The old plow was traded in with the old loader. The budgeted cost of $35,000 would be split equally between the Streets and Parks Department. Switching now from capital equipment onto capital improvements. Since 1997, the city has operated a street rehab program where the city is divided into distinct zones, and then work is done in each one of those zones on consecutive years. For 2021, we are proposing street work in Zone 4B and then also in Zone 5. This work is projected to be either mill and overlay or partial reconstruction consisting of reclamation throughout the streets. In addition to that, we would be looking at completing the seal coat program in Zone 3. Oftentimes when program areas are split between an A zone and a B zone, it just means that the work has been divided over a 2-year time period. Another annual program that the city operates is our water main rehabilitation. Within that rehabilitation, we either clean and line water main or we fully replace it depending on condition. Due to the condition of the pipe for 2021, we're recommending about 2,100 feet of replacement of the water main. The area shown for 2021 is a continuation of the work from 2020 and includes Johnson Street from 37th to 39th, 39th from Johnson over to Buchanan, and Buchanan from 37th up to 39th. 2021 facilities for Columbia Heights. Since the City Hall project has now gotten underway, we have 2 smaller projects proposed for 2021. The first of these is completing a Public Works master plan. This is for work that was begun in 2020 and would complete the master plan. The second of these is converting the HVAC controls from the old Honeywell system at Mersion Hall over to the Delta control system, which is what we use in all of our other city buildings. And this would allow for remote access and control of the HVAC system as opposed to having to come in for any type of issues and or alarms at Mersion Hall.